Michael, need to talk to you, and it has to be now. Do not turn your eyes away. Do not minimize this voice or mute it with noise. I am sent to lean close to your spirit so you feel the weight of heaven's hand on your shoulder. This is not a casual moment or a soft suggestion. This is a bell rung in the middle of the night, a lamp thrust into your hands, a door opening that will not stay open forever. I am not here to flatter you. I am here to steady you, to warn you, to move you, to cut through the fog you've let settle around your steps. Don't make me angry with delay. Delay is a thief that smiles like a friend, and you have let it sit in your house long enough. Hear me, something has already begun to move around your name. There are whispers, there are plans, there are conversations you were not present for that still speak about you as if you were underneath the table listening. Some hands that once applauded for you have turned to counting your missteps. Some eyes that watched you with affection now scan your life like a ledger, looking for places to subtract. Do not fear this. Exposure is not your enemy, hidden rot is. You prayed for truth and God is answering that prayer by lifting veils, not by sparing feelings. The weight you feel in your chest is not dread, it is the gravity of change. There is a door you passed twice today in your thoughts. You told yourself you would open it later. You told yourself you needed a sign, a confirmation, a second and third wave of certainty. It is not later. I am the sign. Do not let perfectionism disguise itself as prudence. You have been sitting at the edge of your assignment like someone standing with one foot on a boat and one foot on the dock. The tide is shifting and you cannot straddle it any longer. Choose the water. Choose the motion. Choose the call that will demand more faith than you think you have and more discipline than you prefer to practice. Listen closely. Heaven has noted every tear you refuse to let fall in public. Heaven has measured the hours you stayed awake so that someone else could sleep. Heaven has watched you lose arguments on purpose to protect peace you did not feel. None of this has been wasted. God is not unjust, God is precise. The accounting of your obedience is not in human hands, and your reward does not depend on the mood of the people who misunderstand you. You are not late, you are not behind. But you are at a threshold and thresholds require decisive steps. Wishing is not a step. Nostalgia is not a step. Anger can be a spark, but it is not a step. Move. I have seen the one who smiled at you with a mouth and cursed you with their memory. I have seen the relative who uses your name like a tool, trading it to unlock things they could never build. There are doors they opened using your softness. There are promises they made that they expected you to fulfill. Revoke consent. Not with rage, but with clarity. You are not responsible for keeping other people comfortable inside their deception. Speak simply, act firmly, and then stay silent. Heaven will amplify what you say correctly and mute what you should not hear. There is a pattern in you that thinks suffering is the only proof of love. That pattern is a counterfeit virtue. Love suffers for a season to protect truth. Love does not suffer forever to protect illusions. You have been asked to lay down your voice, your boundaries, your joy, your money, and even your sanity at the altar of someone's approval. Heaven rejects that altar. God does not feed idols with your life. Pull your offering back. Put it on the altar of obedience where fire falls without you burning to ash. Now hear this warning. There is a meeting in the next short span of days where your name will be raised as a joke to test who laughs. Do not be among them. There is a message you will receive that looks like reconciliation but tastes like control. Read it once. Breathe. Do not answer from hunger. Truth does not beg. Truth stands. If you answer at all, answer with 2 sentences and no secrets. The person on the other end has practiced how to make you doubt yourself. They are fluent in your tenderness. Heaven will not let their script succeed if you keep your answers few and your feet planted in peace. You think that choosing peace means avoiding confrontation. It does not. Peace is not the absence of battle, it is the presence of order. I have drawn a line around your next steps like a circle of salt around a lamp. Cross it only to obey, not to explain. If you are invited into rooms where your purpose is to be measured instead of partnered, decline. If you are asked to prove your worth to people who trade affection for access, refuse. The price of admission to their table is your clarity. Keep your clarity. Eat with God. There is also this good thing that is coming quickly, help you did not orchestrate. A friend of a friend whose name you do not yet know will advocate for you. They will speak your name in a room you have never entered and the door will open because they are there. Do not turn away when it looks too easy, not every easy door is a trap. Some are harvests of what you sowed in secret. Say yes with humility. Sign the paper you were afraid to sign when you know the terms are clean. Ask one wise person to review it, not 5 fearful people. Too many opinions can become a fog. Heaven prefers windows. In the night, when you wake without understanding why, speak out loud that you choose alignment. Say it with your actual voice. Your room will feel different. You will sense air move. That is not your imagination. There are assignments attached to your words. When you declare alignment, what is not aligned reveals itself quickly. Do not panic at the turbulence. The shaking is evidence that the false foundations are losing their grip. If something detaches suddenly, let it go. If a plan stalls, do not pry it open with worry. Some delays are mercies in disguise, and God would rather disappoint your timetable than endanger your future. To the fear that has been sleeping under your bed like a guest with no name, your time is over. You have told this fear that it may stay because you thought it kept you sharp, alert, ready. But fear is a poor alarm, it rings all night and teaches you to hate mornings. I command that fear to leave. You will not make permanent decisions to satisfy temporary anxieties. You will not spend your inheritance on the appetites of panic. When your body remembers old alarms, put your hand over your chest and say, I am kept. It will obey. Your nervous system can learn new hymns. There is a secret, holy stubbornness inside you that hell has failed to break. That is why the attacks are subtler now, less obvious, more reasonable sounding. Take the smaller dream, they say. Settle for the available love, they say. Do something that makes sense to everyone, they say. Heaven did not craft you for smallness. Heaven built you with corridors in your heart wide enough to carry answers for other people. When you reduce yourself, you reduce them. Stop shrinking. We're the size that matches your assignment. It will feel roomier than you are used to. You will think, is this too much? It is not too much, it is proper. A confession, you have delayed not because you lack signs, but because you prefer the comfort of imagining what obedience feels like to the discomfort of actually obeying. Imagination can become an idol if you never move. So here is the map. First, clean your space. Clean it like you are making a covenant with order. Throw away what anchors you to versions of yourself you have already outgrown. Then, write the 3 actions you fear most but know are right. Only 3. Pray once over them, not 10 times. Start with the one that requires silence from you after you finish. Heaven will do more with your silence than with your nervous re-explanations. About the one you love, Heaven has not ignored the drama that swirls around them. There are pressures on their house that do not belong to you, storms they must name themselves. If they push you away, do not chase. If they call at odd hours, answer with calm, not with fear. You are not their rescuer. You are a signpost. Point toward wisdom and step aside. It is not cruelty to let people meet consequences, it is mercy for them to meet truth before they meet ruin. Pray clean. Pray short. Pray specific. Then refuse to rehearse outcomes in your head. God knows how to shepherd 2 people on different trails toward the same meadow when timing ripens. I must also say this, there is an older wound pretending to be new. It wears a new face and speaks with a modern accent, but its bones are ancient. It tells you you are too much and not enough in the same breath. Recognize its pattern. Do not debate it. Bless yourself in the place it tried to humiliate you. Bless your face, your gifts, your age, your pace, your voice. Bless your past for what it taught you and release it from the power to rename you. Then bless your future like you are writing a letter to someone who has survived storms and still enjoys the rain. Heaven reads these blessings and multiplies them. Do not be surprised when money begins to obey your order as you obey God's order. Provision is attached to purpose. When you move an assignment, resources find you like iron filings to a magnet. This is not superstition, it is alignment. You will see unexpected credits, reconciliations, and refunds where you were braced for losses. Do not spend them to soothe old fears. Assign them to new growth. A portion is for seed, a portion is for celebration, a portion is for the poor, a portion is for rest. Rest is not a luxury item, it is a requirement of kings and priests. You have tried to rule without resting and pray without sleeping. This is why your prayers sometimes sound like pleading. Rest and your voice will change. I have seen the night you carry like a coat. You believe that if you take it off, you will be exposed to cold realities. But the night has become heavier than the weather around you. There is a morning waiting on your coat rack. Try it on. It will feel bright at first, almost too honest. Then you will notice how it fits. This is what joy feels like when it is not asked to apologize for itself. Do not apologize for laughter, for dancing alone in a quiet kitchen, for smiling at your own reflection because you recognize the holiness in your eyes. Joy is an armor, it does not make you naive. It makes you resistant to despair's bite. Be alert, there will be an invitation to revisit a habit you buried. It will arrive disguised as nostalgia. It will appear on your screen, in your feed, inside a memory that replays with seductive lighting. Do not touch it. Do not even narrate your refusal on the timeline of your thoughts. Simply walk past it with a smile that says, I have graduated. Temptation can be loud, but your future speaks a deeper frequency. Tune to that. You will receive news soon that tries to compress you into panic. Do not compress. Expand. When worry says, shrink to fit this crisis, you say, I widen to carry this victory. Stand taller. Breathe slower. Make a cup of water holy by drinking it slowly and calling it peace. These small acts are not trivial, they are signals to your nervous system that heaven, not fear, is in charge of your pace. Pace is a warfare. You have been sprinting through rooms built for walking. Walk now. You will arrive on time. About the neighbor who stares with odd attention, about the colleague who smirks at your progress, about the family member who throws bait into conversations, bless them with distance. Not sarcasm, not performance, not public clashes. Distance. The right space is a sermon. It says, I heard you. I forgive you. I will not rehearse you. Heaven will handle the rest. You are not required to announce every departure. Some exits are most powerful when they sound like a soft door closing. Practice gratitude like a sword. Name 5 mercies in the middle of a complaint and watch the complaint starve. Gratitude is not denial, it is dominion. It declares that reality is larger than the present discomfort. In your house, begin with the objects that have served you without applause: your chair, your cup, your old shoes. Bless them and let that blessing return to you as a calm that cannot be purchased. The humble things in your orbit have been waiting to be seen. When you see them, heaven sees you seeing, and answers with surprises that feel like inside jokes between you and God. A prophecy for your hands: they will build what your parents could only dream about. You will touch projects that outlive your name and bless strangers who never learn your face. This is not to erase you, it is to multiply you. Legacy is not fame, it is fruit that keeps feeding people who did not plant the tree. You are the tree and the gardener. Be patient with both roles. Prune when you must. Grow even when it aches. Shade others without losing your light. A word concerning anger: do not waste it. Anger is a flame that can cauterize a wound or burn down a house. Aim it carefully. Aim it at lies. Aim it at laziness that disguises itself as destiny. Aim it at agreements you made in weakness. Break those agreements out loud. Say, I break partnership with shame. I break partnership with scarcity. I break partnership with confusion. Heaven echoes these verdicts. Hell fears paperwork: tear up the contracts you never should have signed. You worry about missing the one moment, the only chance. This is a lie built to make you chase shadows. God is not clumsy. Destiny is not a single fragile thread, it is a woven cord. If a strand snaps, God weaves another. Your obedience matters profoundly, but it is not balancing on a needle's tip. Walk boldly. If a decision must be corrected, heaven knows how to send detours that still deposit you in the city of your calling. The map in God's hand is not paper, it is living. It updates as you move. Move. There is music you have avoided because it makes you feel too alive. Play it. There are colors you stopped wearing because you were told they were too much. Wear them. There is a word you once wrote on scrap paper that made you tremble with recognition. Find it. Tape it above your desk. Design your days around it. This is not indulgence, it is alignment with the image in which you were made. Your life is allowed to be a cathedral, not a storage unit. Clear the boxes. Hang the stained glass. Let light pass through you and make patterns on the floor. When storms gather, remember this: I do not only fight around you, I fight within you. Resolve is a weapon. Clarity is a shield. Joy is a banner. Discipline is a gate that keeps clarity in and chaos out. Make your bed like it is an altar. Open your window like it is a covenant with light. Put your phone down like it is a serpent that must learn its place. These are not small things. These are how mortals agree with immortality in the rhythm of hours. Someone will try to buy your silence with flattery. Decline. Someone will try to purchase your loyalty with access. Decline. Someone will try to guilt you into shrinking by listing all you owe them. Pay debts with integrity, not bondage. You owe gratitude, not slavery. You owe kindness, not self-erasure. You owe forgiveness, not foolishness. Heaven keeps receipts. People cannot add interest to what God already settled. Now, I will tell you the thing you have not dared to hope for because hope felt expensive. It will happen. The one aligned opportunity, the correct yes, the doorway with your name carved into the lintel. This is real. It will not be a test disguised as a gift. It will be a gift that strengthens you for the tests you are meant to pass. You will feel it in your bones before you see it with your eyes. You will sleep without bargaining. You will wake without bracing. That is how you will know. Do not try to skip this moment. Do not soften it with distraction or dilute it with endless counsel. Receive it. Stand like someone who has just been measured for new armor and discovered that every piece fits. Place your hand on your heart and agree. I choose obedience over overthinking, clarity over chaos, joy over dread, alignment over applause, purpose over performance. I choose now. Heaven heard that. I, Michael, stand by it. You are not alone in this room. The air around you has witnesses. Your history is not your prison, it is your textbook. Close the chapter that taught you survival. Open the chapter that teaches you stewardship. Walk into your assignment like you walk into a place you already own, quietly, gratefully, with keys in your hand. If you feel the old tremble return, smile. Even kings' hands tremble the first time they touch the crown. The trembling will pass, the crown will not. What must be exposed will be exposed, and you will not die from the truth. What must be healed will be healed, and you will not be shamed by the process. What must be released will be released, and you will not be emptied, you will be cleared. Make room. The blessing that belongs to you is larger than the boxes you stacked in your heart. Unpack. There is more coming than you can carry with clenched fists. Open your hands. I am not patient with delay because delay has cost you too much already. Move. Send the message you have drafted 10 times and never sent. Cancel the plan you were keeping to please a person who does not honor your purpose. Put your feet on the floor in the morning and declare the day holy. Do not argue with small voices. The assignment is larger than the room they are shouting from. Walk past. Let heaven handle the echoes. This is the hour, and you know it in the aching place that has always told you the truth. I am here to confirm it, to anchor you in it, to push you across the line you drew to feel safe. Safety that costs your destiny is just another name for captivity. Freedom will feel strange at first, bright, loud, honest. Then it will feel like home. Step. Keep stepping. And when you want to look back, remember this sentence like a seal: I, Michael, spoke to you, and you obeyed. That is enough for heaven to multiply. That is enough for doors to open. That is enough for the story to turn. Go now. Do not try to skip this. Do not explain it to people who cannot hear. Become what God already calls you. And if fear tries to whisper again, tell it simply, I am not available. Then keep walking. I am with you. I'm speaking and I am not whispering. I am the one who saw you before there was a clock to count your days, and I am the one who numbered your hair when you felt forgotten. I am the voice that rises over the storm, and tonight I am not asking for your attention, I am taking it. Hear me. There is a knocking in your spirit because I am on your doorstep. Do not pretend you cannot hear. Do not harden your heart. Do not run to lesser noise to drown me out. I have sent Michael to stand at your threshold, and he is already here, sword sheathed only out of mercy, waiting for your answer. He says, I, Michael, need to talk to you, and it has to be now. Not when you feel ready. Not when the worry loosens its grip. Not when you finish one more scroll, one more excuse, one more moment of delay. Now. Do not you dare ignore this and make me angry, for the anger you fear is not wild or reckless but the burning grief of a father who watches his child stand at the edge of a cliff while pretending they are safe. I am not here to harm you, I am here to break the net that has been slowly tightening around your feet. I am here to bring you out before you call your cage a home and your chains a bracelet. I am here because you asked me to come, even when your lips were silent. Your tears asked. Your sighs asked. Your sleepless nights asked. Your confusion asked. I saw the way you stared at the ceiling and bargained with shadows. No more bargaining with shadows. Bargain with me, says your God. Argue with me if you must, but do not ignore me. You have been chased by voices that dress themselves in urgency but cannot deliver rescue. They promise the feeling of being seen, but take your attention as payment. I have come with a different urgency, one that does not drain you. When my urgency touches you, strength rises where it was failing, clarity emerges where it was fog. I am not chaos. I am not noise. I am a trumpet that cuts through the battlefield smoke and calls you to lift your head. Michael has been watching your door, listening to the whispers that try to enter with you, and he is not impressed by the show of your enemies. He says, I, Michael, have measured the fear that stalks your hallway, the disappointment that waits in your kitchen, the regret that sits on your pillow. I am not confused by them, and I am not delayed by them. But I am asking you for agreement. It has to be now, because delay has been your most sophisticated trap. You call it caution, you call it thinking, you call it waiting for a sign. Here is your sign, this word, this moment, this interruption. Step through it. There is a wound you keep covering with a shining cloth. You name it lesson, you name it maturity, but beneath your names it is still open. I am not shaming you, I am telling you where to place your hand so I can pour oil. Do not numb the wound. Do not schedule the healing for a weekend. Invite me into the exact sentence where you were betrayed, into the precise minute when you decided, I will never ask for help again. You made a vow that sounded strong but carried poison. I will carry it all. When you vowed that, heaven heard the tremor in your voice and all the angels flinched because the weight you took was not designed for human bones. Return it. Give me the vow. Say with your mouth, I release the responsibility that was never mine. When you say it, you will feel something loosen in your chest like a knot learning to breathe. You have believed the lie that attention equals love. It does not. Love is not a spotlight. Love is a hand that does not let go when the light fails. I know the hidden hunger that makes you check the door again and again to see who remembered you. I say to you now, I remember you. Not as an idea or a potential or an audience.